What is up, everybody? This is LevidtheRetroGamer here, and today I have a very special guest. David, how you doing?
Doing great.
Good. And we have a little story about how we actually met. I was over at work, and I was helping his mother with some photos, and then I see that he has like a Nintendo shirt on, and I'm like, dude, I love your shirt! And then that spawned on a whole different conversation because we found out that he's a collector too. So it was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, he does, and we're going to show a little bit of a clip of some of the Xbox haul that he has, because this is going to be an Xbox-based video, our top 5 favorite Xbox games. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So for my first game, actually it's not really so much of a one game as it is the series, and it's not even really an exclusive to the Xbox either. It's actually just the perfect port, in my opinion, of the Max Payne series. Now I actually like the first one a little better than the second one. But that's because it had different things, like the PC had, like, you could save anywhere you want in the game, and the graphics were just like 2-3 times better than they were on the PS2 or GameCube versions. Now, I really liked the first one the best because it just had so much of a good story, and I especially loved the interval sequences between all 3 chapters where you're basically following the blood trail. I thought that was actually a really neat feature to have in it. It was actually a really, really fun game, and I'm surprised at how cheap it actually is now. But yeah, the Max Payne series is a fun game, it's a fun shooter, and I would highly suggest looking into it.
Alright, so my first game is going to be Doom 3. Doom 3 good. Yeah, really good game. Never really played it too much for Xbox, but it's still a really good game, and I wanted to include it in my top 5 because I don't have that many Xbox games that I really like right now that much.
Yeah.
Since I kind of just got started in it. But yeah, I'm going to choose Doom 3 just because it looks great on the Xbox. It's better than, you know, other consoles or whatever. What's it on right now besides Xbox?
I think it's, well, Doom 3, I don't think there was really a purpose.
I think it's just PC, right?
Yeah, it's on PC.
It's just PC. It looks just as good, and I kind of would rather play it on a, with a controller.
And it's actually Doom 3 is actually a lot better than the newest Doom, in my opinion, because the newer Doom kind of feels a little generic.
Yeah, it's more like a first-person, just like a regular first-person shooter, but this is more of like survival horror Doom.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely, I would say that. Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be my first pick, number 5.
It's such a great game.
Yeah.
So for my next game, and another one, it's a series. It's not really so much just the game. That'd be the WWF Raw series. Now this was a good wrestling game, but I preferred the second one. Now the Xbox got the Raw editions of the wrestling games, and PlayStation 2 got the SmackDown versions. Now at the time, I felt Raw was better, so honestly I just thought it was a much better game because it had the better wrestlers in it. Now this game has a lot of neat different features, like the character design. It was actually really flawless in my opinion. I found no problem with it whatsoever. Because I was actually able to create a character that looked almost, character that looked almost exactly like me. So that was a really nice feature. And the storyline in this, the actual not Road to WrestleMania, I think that was WrestleMania 19 on the GameCube. But it had a decent story in it from what I remember, and it was a lot of fun, and I would suggest getting the Raw series if you have a chance.
So my next one's going to be Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I'm choosing this is, again, not something I played on Xbox when I was younger. I did the PlayStation 2 version. But this one is like the definitive version.
It is.
It really is nice.
Have you ever looked at the car engines in it? When you get your car crash, it looks a lot more real.
You can see the license plate, the detail on the license plate, and everything. I mean, it's so much nicer than the PlayStation 2 version.
It really is.
And I like the controls better because you're actually using the triggers rather than the buttons.
That is true. Yeah.
That's nice too. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna choose. This is my new favorite Vice City port.
Absolutely, it's a really good game. So for my number 3 pick, I played the demo of it a lot, and that was Ninja Gaiden. Now I never actually owned this as a kid, but like I said, I played the demo so much, and it actually started you off with the better outfit, the black armor and whatnot, and you actually had a lot more powers than you did to start off in this game. But when I originally heard of it, I thought it was going to be basically a remake of the first game, but it turned out not to be. But I never really, like I said, I never really played through this whole game, but I enjoyed the demo of it so much that I looked into it a little bit and got through maybe a quarter of the game, and I still don't really understand the story all that much, but it is a really, really fun, basically hack and slash game for the Xbox, and it's definitely worth looking into.
Alright, so my next one's going to be Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex. Now, my nephew had this when we were growing up, or when we were both growing up, I guess. Again, not another Xbox exclusive, but he had this, and this is something I like playing, you know, when I went over to his place, and it's great. I mean, a lot nicer graphics than the PlayStation 2 ones. Really all I have to say about that game.
Yeah, I agree. It is actually a really good game. I had it on PS2, and it's not one of my favorite Crash games, because work actually takes that spot. It is a really fantastic game, but I've never played it on the Xbox. Is there any difference in it than the PS2 version?
I've really never played the PS2 version, but I'm guessing there probably isn't that much of a difference. They're just porting the game over to another
And giving it a little better graphics.
They're giving it a little better graphics, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had the warped version, which wasn't, as good for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a lot more fun. The wave races, and it had the wave races, which was a lot of fun. The water actually looked realistic for the time.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
So for my second pick, it's going to be MechWarrior. Now, it did have a pretty solid storyline, and I didn't really follow it that much as a kid because, I don't know, back then I really didn't care much for story, and I would just go around just killing random enemies, just stepping on them with my mech. But it was a pretty solid game, and it's a lot of fun, especially just doing that. Even if you don't enjoy the story of this and you don't really feel like progressing in the game, you can just walk around smashing different enemy camps and just random enemies on the ground and destroying their cities and tanks. It's a lot of fun, and it's really cheap. You can probably find it for about $3, and it's definitely worth it.
For my next pick, Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah.
Now, again, another game that I played going over to my nephew's house. I never had the Xbox growing up. I always had to go to his place to play it. Yeah, not much I can say about this game, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of mini games and everything.
I've heard a lot of reviews on this. I've never actually played it myself.
I guess it was Bill Gates' favorite game.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. Just looking further into it.
And you've actually even got a Microsoft company store purchase logo on it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, it came in one of my lots. Actually, I got a few of these Microsoft store purchase games.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you can actually find out who
the
the employee is,
number,
too.
see who actually had it. But, yeah, look into Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, my number one is on a lot of people's number one, but not really because of the story so much as it was for the multiplayer and the time with friends that I had back in the day, and that's Halo Combat Evolved. Now, I liked Halo 2, but Halo 1 I just have a lot of my nostalgia for, because when I first played it, I had so much fun with the story. I had just so much fun killing grunts and brutes and all sorts of other enemies in this game. And just honestly, even killing my own team was fun. Do you remember in the beginning where you talk to the captain and then he's basically explaining it to you and he gives you the pistol?
Yeah.
And then you could just shoot him right there and have everyone come after you. Now, you couldn't kill everybody, but it was still fun. The storyline around the forest area after your, I think it was the second level basically, where your escape pod crashes. There's a lot of fun there, and you go around killing other other enemies and all sorts of other stuff. And yeah, Halo is a lot of fun. And like I said, especially with the multiplayer, me and my friends would hang out a lot and play 4-player and sometimes 16-player and link up all 4 Xboxes together and just play all the different levels.
It's definitely a cult classic.
It really is. It's such a great game.
Defines the Xbox.
Yeah.
Alright, my first, it's an odd one. I'm not sure if it's going to be everybody's first, but Project Gotham Racing. Again, another game I played on my nephew's Xbox growing up. I had so much fun with this game. We sat in front of the TV for hours on end playing this. And at the time, I could I did pretty good in it. I tried to play it again recently, but it's so hard to get all the kudos and get all the medals and everything. I think I got up to the silver medal on some of the levels, but the gold medal is so hard to get. I mean, you have to get like 1,500 points, 2,000 points for some of the levels, and it's just so difficult. I know a lot of people don't like the Big Duke controller, but with this game, when you're playing it for so long, you might want to use that controller because you'll start getting blisters on the back of your fingers from the triggers.
Really, using the Duke controller just for a racing game?
Yeah, it actually works a lot better than the mini ones. The mini ones don't. I mean, it's for my hands. I mean, my hands aren't really huge or anything, but it fit a lot better when you're playing a game for that long term.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I don't think I've ever played any of the. Oh no, I did play one. I think it was Gotham Racing 4 on the Xbox 360, but I never played the first one.
I played the second one. It didn't have as much of a presence as this one. This one really had. I had a lot of fun playing this. Soundtrack is great too. I guess it was all like early 2000s music. I don't even know what's on there, but it's just a ton of good music. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories.
Well, that's it for this video, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to check out some of my other videos as well. And thank you very much, David, for coming on.
All right, it was great to be here.
No, absolutely.
All right, thank you very much for having me over.
Absolutely. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you at a later date.